and gentlemen. Um, like Ram said, I am not a solitary code reaper anymore. We have a couple of my guys joined us. So one of them is here. Uh, so this is more of a personal take on uh, how we moved from a PaaS-based environment to an IaaS-based environment. So you all know what all these items are, and you know when you talk about IaaS, it's basically an infrastructure as a service, and you provide bare metal machines where we have to set up OS, we have to set up runtimes, we have to set up databases, and we also need to manage the data and our own application. Whereas PaaS, it's platform as service, where we just need to manage our own data and the application. And we also use DB as a service, where we it's basically a database as service we use in along with the product. And our end goal is to be a SaaS provider, SaaS-based product, which we are not at there. So why we got started with PaaS? So we started we started a year back, and when we started up, we were an early stage startup and we were poor. So we went and took a free node from Heroku, and the free node gives you everything. I mean, you just need to get your code up. You can do git push, and you are live. So you just need the next thing you need to do is you need to map your domain to the Heroku app URL, and then you are live. So it was all easy. I was the only one who was working on the tech side, so it made things easy for me. But there are a few catches with Heroku free node, and one of them is that the node goes idle if there's no action on the node for 30 minutes. So if the node is lying idle for 30 minutes, the server comes down. So when a new user comes and hits git trust, the problem was it was taking a lot of time for the page to load, and because the Heroku has to start it up, and then it comes slowly. So we had to move to a we had to move to a pricing plan which was like which will keep the node up for long time. So we moved on to the next pricing plan, which was at $7 per month, and that was a hobby project node. So we solved one problem where the site was always on and the nodes didn't come down. But then the next problem arose. The next problem was we made our, it's not a problem, we made our site SSL secured. We bought certificate and we installed it, and then Heroku is good in some ways that it allows you to do all these add-ons. So you can add a paper trail log which will stream your logs, send you alerts. You can do all those things, and like that. But for the SSL also, you need to add an add-on. So that was done, but we ended up paying more because the node came for $7 a month, but the add-on was $20 a month. So that was not doing well. I mean, we were not we were burning too much for very less stuff we were running. And then we also have a blog which was on PHP, basically on WordPress. We were hosting that on a separate WordPress site, and then we mapped it to our subdomain, and that was not giving us good SEO benefits. So then when you have something like story.geektrust.in and which it is mapped to the WordPress site, the benefits of the SEO goes to WordPress rather than for us. So we had to move that to a subfolder kind of structure, and it was at some point of time, I was getting a feeling that we don't have the control, even though the PaaS we were using was very good, and we can deploy to production at very fast instances. We were not able to control it. So so the next thing was there are two things which forced us to move to an IaaS provider like DigitalOcean. First one is the cost, because DigitalOcean machines came at very cheap rate of $5 for the bare minimum 512 MB RAM machine, which we were using in Heroku. And SSL was free, so we just need to set it up, right, tie it down, and then it was up. And then our systems grew. We had a lot more components coming into the picture. So we wrote a recommendation engine which was in a totally different language, which is Go, and our main application is in MeanStack. So we wanted to have a absolute control of all these things, and we also had the blog which we put under the in the subfolder structure and all. So we installed WordPress, MySQL, everything on a box, so that we have control over that. And so that's one more reason why we moved to an IaaS kind of IaaS provider, which is DigitalOcean. So our learnings from this is basically, if you are an early stage startup and if you have very few people working on your tech team, it's always better to go with PaaS mode, where you just need to manage your data and application. You're free of all other headaches, like whether the database is up or whether the server is running, things like that. But whenever you grow and whenever you have more components to manage, and whenever you have a pretty okay team who understands basically Linux or Unix, and it's better to go with an IaaS provider like DigitalOcean. And we have all of our services right now running completely on DigitalOcean. And believe me, it's the same cost as we were paying earlier for one Heroku node and SSL add-on. So that is the important learning which we made over the period of last one plus year. And that I think that's the most important learning, and that's all. I'm being too fast here. Sorry, it's been a long time since being on the stage. So that's all, and thank you everyone.